La 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 la. Hey.
Are you interested in understanding GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Mounjaro? Then join us on the Plus Size, Cracking the Obesity Code, the groundbreaking podcast helping people change their lives one episode at a time. The Plus Size podcast is a disruptor. We're breaking down barriers, smashing stereotypes, and sharing inspiring stories that'll leave you feeling informed and empowered. Join us every week to learn from doctors who are specialists around GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. They'll provide you with science and facts to validate these incredible stories. But that's not all. We'll also bring you the voices of the GLP-1 Mounjaro TikTok community, real people who face the challenges of obesity, related diseases and disorders, and discovered the incredible plus sides of GLP-1 medications. Our episodes are filled with heartwarming stories, laughter, and moments of triumph. You'll connect with our amazing community members who are reclaiming their health and experiencing their fullest lives. Are you ready to embark on a journey of discovery and empowerment? Tune in to the Plus Sides, Cracking the Obesity Code, and together we'll change the narrative around obesity and end the stigma. Subscribe now on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and join our incredible community. Let's celebrate the plus sides of life together, because every story deserves to be heard. Every life deserves to shine, and everyone deserves access to expert knowledge and medication. The Plus Sides Podcast. You're not alone. It's not your fault.
Let's go.
I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro. That's why I'm here.
Big news for Semaglutide.
I'm the most elusive of all the doses. So I have a couple theories, and I'm interested to hear yours. The first, who likes my Karnak hat?
Jokes about Tirzepatide.
You are on the pen.
Yay!
I don't know what happened.
Welcome to the Plus Size Podcast. My office is a mess. Like, because I did a show.
Is it a mess or is it a mess?
It's a mess.
It's a
I did
mess.
a show offline and I have clothes everywhere. Like, it's everywhere. I can't.
It's just a mess.
And like, it's just can't.
It's from Madison, Wisconsin.
How is everybody?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yes,
How are you?
good.
Your spices, your pumpkin.
We're sad. That's what we are. We're sad.
Do not pull your cord, John Carlos. Okay. No string was pulled. Therefore, the bear is not welcome into the studio.
Don't forget the Delta body, ma'am.
Listen, we'll get there. You can't ruin that. John, zip it. Tis not the host.
The host?
Well, everybody.
South Dakota now?
John busted the surprise. JT brought Delta Barbie. So let's see it.
I brought Delta Barbie. I don't know why you all are obsessed with Delta Barbie.
We need to see it. Because it's
Exciting.
unique.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
No.
She also has a brown Delta Barbie. Like, hello.
Ooh.
In the box. Come on.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, I
fantastic.
do.
Hump day. Right, Kat?
All right, here we go.
Hump day.
Oh my
That's
God.
what
I
it
went
is.
to my sing class today. I didn't
I
do
love that. I love it.
And Tay, happy late birthday.
Oh, did you go and say that? I hope so.
I did.
I love
Man,
it.
I jumped on Tay's birthday live. People were fussing at her about something. It was so intense and I didn't know. And I was like, oh, Tay. And I was like, oh, shit.
Tay,
I
what
just
were you
wasn't
doing?
paying attention.
What were they
like,
fussing at our Tay about?
I was like, oh, what do I want to? That's like my new thing. I jump in at really awkward times.
But it always like breaks the mood, because it's sometimes it's pretty heavy stuff,
Yeah,
so
true.
it's comedic relief. It's perfect.
No.
Keep mine light and fluffy.
Sorry. Hold on. It's Rennie. Keep going. You've talked me through the door. I'm on mute. Keep going.
Aw. Hi, Rennie.
Aw.
What's Rennie doing? All right. So let's introduce ourselves while Kim is talking. Oh, here you go. Hi, Kim.
I'm back. Hey. We can do quick rounds. If you're new here, if you were just on the TikTok live that I was on and you're like, who is this crazy cat? My name's
We're
Kim.
all live today. Okay.
Oh.
Well,
All of
it's-
us are
been with
obesity
him.
care advocates. We all are advocating for people to have access to education and knowledge and medication, all the things. We do it on TikTok. We do it on Instagram. We do it on YouTube. They can't shut us up. They keep trying to shut us up. We just get fucking louder. So that's okay. That's what we do here. So we're really glad to have you. And I'm Kim, this was the best guy. These are my co-hosts that all come and hang out with me kind of intermittently, you know. We'll start with Kat because, you know, she's the associate producer, Kat.
Producer Kat. Yeah, I push the buttons.
Yeah,
And whatever spices
Push
you're
the button.
pumpkin.
She pushes them.
You do more than that. Oh, you're so sweet, Chris. Thank you for your support. We got
Thanks,
Kim.
Chris.
John, you're falling down on the job.
Thank you, Chris.
He's falling down.
Falling down. Got a pen. Thank our friends.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, hey, my name is Kat. I'm, co-host, associate producer. I am going through the Perry. I got Miss Perry in my life. That's Miss Perry menopause.
Oh, Perry.
So I think I've maybe lost 55 to 60 pounds. She just keeps creeping up, but I'm going to keep hope alive.
Yes.
And
better Perry than
stay on
menopause.
course.
It's different.
You
right?
what?
Do you think it's better perimenopause than menopause, or do we like want it there?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she's tearing my butt apart this week. So I'm tired. I'm tired of her.
I'm tired. Kick her
I'm
out.
sick of that Perry.
You tired. You
Perry
tired.
can go to HE double hockey sticks this week.
Yeah.
Kim, your shirt.
Oh, because I'm tired.
Oh, I'm tired. Yes.
Listen, if you want the
I'm
TikTok
tired of
shop
Perry.
found, I literally, this girl went viral and I was like, I need that shirt shot day. This is my day after shot day shirt. Tired. I'm tired.
Tired.
Straight.
There
Straight.
are two
tired.
things that I say very Southern. Old and tired.
Pie. You say pie. Southern.
I need to get my oil changed. Okay. I need to put some oil on my face. And I'm tired.
Pie.
That is my
Pie.
favorite.
Pie.
I can't even say all.
Oh,
Oh.
mole.
Oh.
It's not even oil. It's mole. Like my oil. Mole.
More.
Oh, that old changed.
It's just one syllable. More.
Oh.
I
And
get
it's
more
not
changed.
long enough. I say old now.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway. Cool.
You don't pronounce the I. It's just all.
Not
Oh.
pull your chain.
That's a bunch of hot butter and oil.
I'm on.
Like that
Friends are
SNL
just joining. Let's just get this out the way. This here is Bear. Bear and I are married.
Hi.
And he edits the podcast and helps make shorts and every now and then jumps on our lives and says crazy shit. Bye, John.
But I haven't said
We
anything
love
crazy
him.
yet.
We do love him. We do.
Yes. Everybody loves John.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. Next intro. No, we have Sprina. Hey, Sprina. Who are you? What's
Hi.
Just
Hi.
going. Hey.
I'm Sabrina. I am type 2 diabetic. I am on Mounjaro and down 76 pounds.
Whoop, whoop.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Thank you for coming here. We're so glad to have you.
And a gym enthusiast. I love.
Oh, that's right. So these are the fitties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then JT and I are in our soft era.
Total.
It's JT. JT, introduce yourself for hopefully new people that just joined from our lives.
I'm JT. And look, I'm JT. I was trying to find something that rhymed. I have type 2 diabetes.
Thanks, Sue.
Because it was one doctor, a guest that we had that said, oh, it was Dr. Whalen. She was like, you're not a diabetic, you just have type 2 diabetes.
Mhm.
And that just changed. Like, I was like,
Yes,
You're
that's very
right.
true. And we also have
Yeah.
obesity, right? We aren't obese. We have
Right.
obesity. We're trying to
That's
change
we-
it. Right.
we like have obesity. So
Yes.
I have the sugar. I have the type 2 diabetes.
You got the shoes.
And I got the sugar. And I struggle with obesity. And I'm a chick that loves ethereal
Oh, yes.
and a boho knot with braids. There we
Is
go.
that Ethereal, the blue one?
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Oh, well, what's the red one I've been wearing?
Well, it may come up red on you, but I put a black
red as hell.
eyeliner, a black eyeshadow base on,
Oh,
and that's how it came
great.
up.
That's cute. I don't think I could pull it off.
Good.
I don't know. Well, I think I'm a little crazy. They look fantastic
Listen,
on you.
Well, thank you, but because we're on our GLP-1 journeys, I find that I'm experimenting with makeup. I'm experimenting with nail designs. Like, now, mind you, I'm getting these done tomorrow. I would have never.
I love JT. I loved your PJs. I loved them.
Yeah.
I loved them.
He said in Walmart behavior. And that has stuck with me because I went to CVS through the drive-through in my pajama bottoms.
Hold on. You didn't go inside? You just went through the drive-through?
Well, I went through the drive-through and then I
drive-thru?
did have to go inside because they had issues processing it. But I wasn't planning on going inside. But I had cute pajama bottoms on. You couldn't really tell. So it wasn't like true Walmart behavior. I didn't look like tore up from the floor up.
That's an old one.
I did
a hard time.
Yeah.
He is. And that's okay. But I'm so happy to see you all. I'm so happy to have everybody here. I can't wait.
Oh gosh, we have to do
So
one thing.
for Walmart behavior, it's important to know, was the hair
oh.
in a bun or a ponytail?
It was down.
Oh, okay. It's not true Walmart behavior then. You have to be in your PJs. The hair has to either be in a bun or a ponytail, and there needs to be either a Marlboro or a Northport hanging partially out of your
Right.
mouth.
And you know what? The t-shirt
This
has
is-
to have holes in it, right?
You're killing me.
I was asking
We
John
gotta go
Yes,
get through this
that is
live,
correct,
John.
Kat.
with yellow pits, right? Yellowed out pits. I mean,
Yes.
Ew.
yeah. So you weren't.
Cat
you weren't-
knows. Cat knows.
I knows all things.
You
about
weren't total Walmart behavior.
I had Target behavior. I had Target behavior, but my beloved sorority sister said that I had Walmart behavior, and that has just stuck. And so now people call me Walmart behavior.
Sure. Stuck with you now.
I know. That's okay.
You look pretty put
Last
together
time.
99% of the time.
2 weeks when we were here before, a beloved community member was not a grandmother yet.
Did it, beloved?
And she is now. And I feel like we should all just tell her congratulations. Corey, congratulations.
Congratulations,
It's your first grandbaby. Because you look like a baby. I can't believe you got a baby.
I know, right?
How do you have a
Right?
It doesn't look like
grandbaby?
she has children,
I
let
know.
alone grandchildren.
I know, right? Pisses me off a little, Corey. I'm not going to lie. I got all this goat ear shit all over my friggin' face, and you look like a baby. You know,
Shit, girl.
She's stunning.
We just have to slather it on.
Yeah.
We don't put it on. We slather
do.
it on.
I do. The reason the makeup looks good is because I do so much skincare before. You're welcome.
Hey,
I'm so glad to have you here.
we are, but Kim and everyone, aren't we glad that we're in our skincare era? Because
I'm around.
because if you don't have, and they call your skin the canvas.
Yeah.
If you don't have like a smooth canvas, the makeup won't go on as much. I mean, it'll go on, but it may not be as
No, I
smooth.
totally agree.
All I've done is use Pond's all my life, and now I'm using coconut oil. I'll be 50. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Wow.
That's not old.
That ain't old. 15.
No.
Nope.
That girl is smoking hot.
She is.
Yes, she
She
is.
is.
Corey
She
is
is.
smoking hot. I adore her. She's amazing.
Yes, and early is the best club. Congratulations, Corey. Very cool club. That Mimi's in Australia. That's fantastic. I've been there. It is gorgeous certain times of year, but
I've never been
everything
there.
Can kill you there. Everything can kill you.
Yeah.
All the bugs.
Is it true about the ginormous? Well, there's ginormous spiders and
Everything can kill you there.
What about the kangaroos? People think that they look cute, but those things have daggone gagalons and stuff.
They're
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know how like we see deer on the side of the road? They have
It's
kangaroos on the side of the road.
They scare me. I mean, like, they when they stand up, you see their chest. They look like wildebeest.
Their faces are cute. The faces.
No, it's not.
Hey.
But then you see him like with all these muscles, like they can punch your ass, and you're like, wait a minute,
What, ma'am? They'll be like, "Pop, what
One
the
left. This is what happened when Kim didn't take her Vyvanse. We like,
Now, wait a minute.
We gotta get back on track. I'm taking us off. It's me this time. Oh my gosh.
Lots of critters, but I'm 15. There you go. You're still alive.
Yep.
Yeah, look at you. But I'm telling you, I
Exactly.
think the people in Australia, they know how to survive. Like they're like,
I have a lot of, well, not a lot. I have a few Prince friends in Australia. I tell you, my
Yeah.
Prince community.
yeah.
Prince community.
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Oh,
That's my best
Hi,
friend.
William.
That is my
Oh,
best
yeah.
friend. I adore him.
He
That's
is
my baby.
Rude as you
William.
That's
Yeah.
my baby.
His little jigsaw
I know.
So cute.
our official
He's
plus
so
size
handsome.
baby. Oh, it's so
Mhm.
cute. Love it. Anyway, hey guys. Remember when we were filming a show? let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so I think that we should bring on our community guest, and then
I
we
think
should
so.
do Delta Barbie and then T, and then we can all hang out. Sound good?
Cool.
All right.
Can I
then-
hang out too?
No, get out now. What am I gonna do with him? Good grief! No
She's like-
cord has
she's like,
been.
"No,
pulled
get out."
on.
Sorry.
Jeez Louise, John, we put this all over the internets. And now if you're a subscriber on the audio, you can get our lives on the audio.
Oh, fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes.
For those of you
Trying to
who
get us
listen on Apple, please leave.
Oh
That's-
yes, we got to
Yes,
say that.
yes.
Oh yeah. Hey friends, if you're on Apple, Brina tells me to ask for the flowers all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it. What we
Yeah.
need is for you to do a review on Apple. If you're on here now with us and you love our YouTuber and our TikToker and all, that's great. But what actually is helping us right now is the reviews that we have on Apple, subscribers here, members. If you're a member here, you get content early and you get additional content. So just like know those things help us move forward. And we have really very good reviews now, but sometimes we're in like the top 50 for medical podcasts. Sometimes we're even more, but the more we get reviews and ratings, the more we get referred to people that are out there that struggle with our diseases, that are looking for care and they're looking for support. And we want them to see us because let's face it, most people are trying to shut us up. So how we get loud is by gathering, right? Gathering on places like this. And by you guys doing reviews and telling people where we have gathered. And that's how things are done. And so that's what we need. And I'm going to start doing that. Every episode, somebody has to hold me accountable. I may have like a little thing. Maybe that'll be better. Make me feel like awkward. I'm Southern, feel us awkward. Hey, review this and say you love it.
Say it.
Love it.
Love it.
Say
And
it
you're
like you mean it.
I'm tired.
Oh.
But you know what, Kim? Whatever spices your pumpkin.
Yeah, look, and made in the 70s. We're all graphic tee. What's wrong with you,
Made in
Sabrina?
the 70s.
I suck. I mean, I don't know.
I know exactly what kind of t-shirt I'm going to. Thank you, Christy.
Oh, thank you for becoming
Be a member.
Thank you so
You need a
much.
t-shirt that says, "Is that the rock behind you?"
Oh, yeah. You do need that t-shirt. You know who's going to make that t-shirt? Carolina. We
Oh,
just need to tell her.
Yes.
She'll make it.
That's
Put it on
true.
top and we'll all buy it. It'll be so great.
Or the "I love cheese." That's what we need. Yeah, you need a cheese one.
We are the
loves
Southern ones,
cheese.
Lori. Indeed. That's so true. I hear. Oh,
Is that the rock behind you?
I know. If you guys haven't seen Sabrina's husband,
It's the rock.
that's what.
Yes. The Rock.
It's the rock.
That's what he looks like.
He is. Woo, mwah, chef's
One
kiss.
day I'm gonna have you tell the leg story in front of humans like that are not us, because I am not gonna tell it because I'm not. But I want you to do it after we've had a drink or something.
One of these days, I'll let you guys know how I landed him. He is just.
Oh, you told us that story once.
Yeah.
That's right, in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Our first meetup. Yes.
Yeah.
We gotta do it again soon.
And it's pretty darn funny.
Yeah. It is a good story. It's a good story.
You
All
were
right.
in hot pursuit.
She
was in hot pursuit.
Keep moving. You all look amazing. Oh,
Thank you,
you're
Cynthia.
Oh, we're so glad to have you, Cynthia. We're so glad to have you. Thank you, friends, for coming. Thank you guys for when you do membership. It
you.
helps us so much. Honestly, we have long form content, and our content is not served up. So the more that you can help us, like the better. We thank you so much for it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I think we'll do community guests, and then we'll do Delta Barbie, and then we'll do tea. That's the run of show. Here we go. Let's find it in community guests. Who's that?
Who is it?
Oh, and can we do it? Let's see if we can like move Elvie. Oh, there we go. Hey, Kim.
No, hey, bye.
Oh, there she is.
Look at you, producer Cat. I love it.
But let's put her. You're in the hot seat.
You
You're not really in the
I
hot
really
seat.
feel like I'm in the hot seat.
No, you look
Yeah.
fantastic. You look beautiful. You look
Gorgeous.
beautiful. Well,
I'm just thinking.
Well, she's the hot mess in the hot seat.
That's right. Elvie, the hot mess Nazi.
And don't worry, Sabrina, I didn't get the memo either. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I have like, but I could just
Comfort.
yeah, because Kim.
Because it's awesome. Did you put it on?
This is very confusing, y'all. It's backwards.
It's so good. John said
It
it made
is.
him too hot. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
No, I think it's great.
Everything's
I mean, I
too
just
hot.
got it like yesterday,
It's
but
so good. Yeah, I love it.
You got it yesterday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cover hoodies.
Awesome.
yeah, because the minute I saw
I
her
just
video,
wear the
I
whole
was like,
set.
add to cart.
Yep. Yep.
I was like, do you guys want to advertise on our podcast? They were like, who are you?
Nobody.
Nobody. Yes, you. Yeah, Kim, you
Yes.
love this stuff. Yes, you love.
I do love it. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, they don't care. You know why? Well, listen, I'm just going to say it because we're here and this is my show and I can say what I want. It's because all of their models are 20 and thin.
Yeah.
And I'm 45 fluffy. So, like, I'm just saying, like, they don't care. But that's okay. Everything's fine. Because they still love it. And Shop Me gives me a commission, so it's fine.
I'm fine. It is all fine.
These
It's
millennials,
fine. It's
they
all
just
fine.
don't know.
Easy, Tiger. I'm an elder millennial.
So am I. It's fine.
Same.
Wait, what are you? 79?
Ma'am, we are Gen X.
Me?
Do not put that on us.
Gen X is
Yes.
all throughout the 70s.
79.
Gen X starts in the late 1960s and goes through till 1980.
It goes
If
to
you
80. But I don't know.
1981,
Like they do have that Zennial, which is like what 78 to
That's me.
no,
like
no.
80.
I'm 81
Gen
too.
X, well, you're a millennial, ma'am. Do not speak heresy into existence. No offense,
Ain't nothing
Elvie,
wrong with
but I will
millennials.
not be associated with millennials, ma'am.
Nah, ain't no
Hey,
wrong.
John,
That's
this
why we
is
got
why
work
we
life
don't let
balance.
you talk, bro. Jeez,
Ain't nothing wrong with millennials.
Fine. I'm leaving. No, I'm just kidding.
Fine.
swear to God.
That's all right.
They're the reason why we have work life balance.
Everybody's dying.
Gen X, we were so shell shocked. We just took boss abuse.
We did. We
All right.
did.
We have to go back. Ready, guys? Kim back on Vyvanse. Okay. Elvie. Hey. We love to have you here. We're so excited for you to tell your story unfiltered and uncut. I want to give you the floor uninterrupted, which means we go on mute. Okay. You will see me laugh awkwardly with you. But I will only interrupt it as 100% necessary because you deserve the floor. Everybody's story deserves to be told. Okay.
Oh, you're so kind. You
go.
Oh, well, and Sabrina was like, did you make any notes? And I'm like, have we met? Like, hi. I don't make notes. Hi, friends. Hi.
I mean, your title is Hot Mess Mama, right? So come on.
Yeah, it's well deserved. Yes.
Or else
There's a mess, everywhere. So
nice trucker hat.
Thanks. That one says Yeti, and then I have one that says y'all. I should have worn that, like, to fit in with all you Southern ladies.
You look fine. You fit in with Brina. It's good.
Hi, friends. But yeah, so my name is Elvie. My real name is Lauren. People are always asking what my real name is, but I actually do go by Elvie because those are my initials. And let's see, I started on Zepbound in February. On February 5th was when I did my first. And I know I can say it here, but that was how I started.
On purpose. Sorry.
What?
No more nothing. Say it all here.
That's true. No, I know, but because like my first video, I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed. I didn't even. I wasn't sure, so I was like, I'm just gonna there. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Um, but and I joked in my first video ever on TikTok that I was just trying to find a knack, and I'm starting to find one, and I've been using the GoPure again. Thanks, Kim. Um, we're starting to get
GoPure
a
has
knack.
funded a significant amount of this podcast.
Yeah, right.
This is brought to you by GoPure.
Love the copier. Where's my? It's over. I will knock something over if I get it right now because I have extra lighting. But yeah. So I dealt with obesity pretty much my entire life. My dad is obese. He is also pre-diabetic. He is about to be 85, and he's been on Mounjaro for 2 years. And so he and I always kind of talked about it, but my insurance wouldn't cover it. And, I'm a single mom. I'm raising an amazing young woman who is about to turn 9. And, I wanted to be there for her. She has no, um, communication with her birth father. So it's just us. And I wanted to be able to do things with her. And I was quickly going down a path that it was harder to do things. Like it was getting harder to go up the stairs. And, I would lose and gain like everyone in this community. My story isn't necessarily any different. Within that aspect, it's something that most of us have dealt with our entire lives. Like I always used to joke that I was the duff. Except that when that movie came out, I got really upset because I was like, she's not ugly or fat. Like, I don't understand. But, like all of my friends were always very skinny and like they would trade clothes and I'd be like, I'm just gonna, yeah, not going to trade clothes with you because it will be fat man in a little coat and I might rip something of yours. So we're just not gonna go there. And I would go, yeah, exactly. Just stuck. Um, but so, and I would do all the things, the crash diets. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done Noom multiple times. Um, I did a cottage cheese diet once. That was fun. Just to try to, trigger everyone that hates cottage cheese. Yeah, that was all I ate for like 2 weeks. But I've killed myself at the gym. I've done all the things and it just like I never would get below like 229, 230. Like it would never go below that. I think one time after I had my daughter, I did go below that, but then I went right back up. And about a year ago, I was down kind of where I'm at right now, a little over a year ago, I guess, a year and a half ago. Well, yeah, like a year and a half ago, because it would have been about a year when I started. My dad was diagnosed with colon cancer. Um, my mom had dementia and she was starting to deteriorate. And she also had a plethora of other problems. And every time we would fix one, we would make the other worse. And so I kind of became, I was that sandwich generation where I was taking care of my daughter and I was taking care of my parents and I'm an only child and it just was exhausting. And so I just started to, tumble back down. And so I ended up, my highest was 277. And I talked to my PA, who I have a very good relationship with. Um, a year after I gained all that weight, after my mom passed away, my dad had finally had his surgery for his colon cancer. Um, I tore a ligament in my knee doing reformer Pilates. And so I had to have that repaired. I also had my ovaries removed. I had a bilateral oophorectomy. I saw Corey saying she's getting a hysterectomy. Girl, I've done it all. I had a partial hysterectomy, like right before my 39th birthday, literally the day before. Great birthday present. And then they found some cancerous cells in one of my ovaries. And so they were like, bye, they're going. So 2023 was a really rough year. And, obviously gained a bunch of weight again. And when I was talking to my PA back in February, she was like, I know how hard you work and I know all the things you do. Like, why don't we try Zepbound? And I was like, my insurance doesn't cover it. I love my boss. He's great. He's one of my best friends and he means very well. But, you know, it's a boutique tech company that I work for and they can't afford to have these crazy, amazing plans. And so he actually, kindly enough, offered to pay for my Zepbound. And I think it took me about 20 minutes to stop crying when he and I were having that conversation because he is this ultra fit. Like, I'll be honest, when I first saw him, I met him on Twitter. A whole different story. But I was like, wow, he looks like the biggest doucher on the planet. Turns out he is a little bit of a douche, but he's a very endearing douche, and I love him so much. And he's one of my best friends now. And so we actually got to meet back in November, and he knew I've always been very open with him about, you know, ups and downs, and he would cheer me on. We've been friends since early 2020, like cheer me on, you know, do all the things, encourage me, offer to like pay for gym memberships if I wanted that, you know, like whatever I wanted to try to be the better self. And so when he was like, I'll pay for your Zepbound, I was like, okay. And picking up that first box, like I love when I hear people talk about like Mary, she said, you know, oh, she had that box in her fridge for like a month. Like, I'm like, no, I could barely get home. And then she made me wait because I was also starting blood pressure medication because, oh yeah, that was going up too. So, you know, it just all kind of fell into place. And this journey has been so amazing. I am so thankful for like the friends that I've made on TikTok, including these ladies. I think that's going the right direction. I don't know. Not good at this. Just a hot mess. But you know, I met Kim super early on. Like it was like my second or third day. And I was like, oh, this girl, I could, you know, I'm gonna A, learn a lot, and B, like clearly we're on the same level. So yeah, and then she, you know, kind of introduced me more and it's still I was sitting here listening to y'all go and I was like the number of times that I've been like just like watching and in the chat and I'm like now it's saying like you're backstage and what is happening. Because I literally came onto TikTok just thinking that I was going to record videos to watch me find a neck. Because that's always been,
Which
this
would
has
have
just
been
been my,
fun.
because like, it's just been my like trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I literally just was like, I'm just going to make these for me. And then I can like look back on them. And, you know, I mean, growing up, like my mom, and it always feels weird, like talking negatively about her since she's dead. But like, she was a bitch about my weight. Like she was tiny. She always had been tiny. She was like a 00 when she got married. And so she was always on my butt about my weight. And, you know, like I danced and I ski. I did all the things. Um, and I even had a dance teacher say it was such a shame because I had dancer's feet, but not a dancer's body. Talk
Nice.
about trying to give someone a eating disorder. That was, yeah. But you know, so I mean, my whole childhood, like I just would try, and I had a lot of negative thing, and like so many other people, you know, and I don't think she meant to cause so much trauma, but like, yeah, um, you know, it really lowered a lot of my self-esteem, and so like, while a lot of people think that I'm just like I have this very, you know, because I have a very large personality. In actuality, my self-esteem is kind of, you know, in the dumper. But we're working on it. We're getting there. And Sabrina, please don't yell at me because I know you're about to. Keep her on mute. Thanks. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, you know, and so now I don't even like I just posted an update and I was like, I don't know how many weeks. I don't know. Like started in February. But I'm on 10 milligrams. I did switch to compound Tirzepatide because, again, the savings card thing kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop, and I'm already a little bit of an anxious human. That's the comfort hoodie. And so I was like, I need compound. Like I can't deal with this. And so I've been on compound since March. I did have to go up, and Corey actually was like, there were so many times where she would just like pop in at the right time and just be like, because she could tell that, we all talk about like staying on the lowest dose until, you need to go up. Like you don't want to titrate up too fast. Da, 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 da. Well, I was seeing weight loss, but my brain, I was still thinking about food nonstop. And, I could still, like, I'm a Friday shot girly. So I could do my shot on Friday. Yeah, girl. And JT is the reason why I'm a shot. Literally, this, yeah. But, so I could literally go to breakfast on Saturday morning and just like house breakfast. And so Dr. Jensen was like, that's not normal. So we're just going to keep going up. And I was like, okay, but I struggled with it because I was like, I have like 100 pounds at least to lose. I don't want to titrate up so fast, but I'm just about to get my 4th vial of 10 milligrams. 10 seems to be doing it. Like it's suppressing my appetite to like the proper amount. Like I'm still eating, but I'm not like, oh, let's get loosey goosey on the weekends. Like I have some more control. It turned off the food noise. Now I see what y'all are talking about. Like this is great. Still can't remember to do shit, but we're getting there. They also put me on ADD meds, so hopefully those start kicking in soon. We got to find the right dose because we're not there yet.
We need to talk about this.
Yeah. I'm on Strattera, I think.
I don't know which one it is.
I don't know. Okay. It's a non-stimulant, so
I want to do a non-stimulant.
Yeah, I talked to my psychiatrist about it because I was like, look, like I'm already, and she's like, there is still an appetite suppressant in this. So like, we're trying this first. We're going to see how it goes. I'm still at a relatively low dose though. So it's not really working. I had therapy today and my therapist was like, I take it the ADD meds haven't kicked in yet. I'm like, no, they haven't. Cause I'm like, oh, squirrel.
Me too. I think I'm always going to be squirrel. I think that's my personality. That's okay.
I think it's endearing. Like, I don't want to totally lose it, but like, there are other parts to it that make life a little bit more difficult. But like just now, I'm like, what was I? Oh, but so, like,
quick, put on your hoodie.
If I wasn't already like trying not to sweat, we would be putting the hoodie on. I have yet to get that whole cold thing that y'all are talking about, but I do think that is also because obviously being a full hysterectomy girly, I'm in menopause. So I have like where are they? I got these. We'll see if these help. Thanks, TikTok.
I haven't seen those. What are those?
Those are yeah. Kat, since you're in Perry, you might want to think about these. Okay, that way.
Find it on the shop link.
Okay, let me ask you this, and if you're on the Perry, I have had no aversion at all on any of these dosages. I will come to a polite stop. Yeah. My food, it will come to a polite stop. But food aversion, nah. I took my shot today, and I ate all the things.
Yeah,
I stopped.
don't understand these people that are like, I can't. I literally can't eat. I don't know, maybe.
Because there's one of our instructors at the cycle bar. She's like, I'm hungry all the time. I'm going through menopause. Like, is that it?
Maybe it is. Because like all these people are like, I literally have to force myself to. I'm like, girl, I'm good. Like I don't have to I mean, now I have to remind myself to
right?
Eat. Yeah. And sometimes I have to remind myself to eat, but like I'm not like, oh, food sounds awful. I'm like, ooh, okay.
And I noticed like with the ebb and flow of the hormonal spikes up and down, when it's really high, like where the food at? Like,
Yep.
Where the food at?
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
I also
But we're
think
gonna try these.
exercise girlies always eat more than the non-exercise girlies. And I don't mean exercise like my kettlebell. I mean like spin class 5 days a week.
Yeah, but
I feel like, or like in the gym doing leg day, butt day situations, like those
Butt day.
girlies always seem to eat more than the ones that are like kettlebell in my room with my resistance bands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
So good though. It's still
what are you gonna
moving.
say, Sabrina?
Kat, the way you work out, and the way you hit the weights, you are burning calories well after your workout. So, I mean, extended. I mean, you be putting in the work, Kat. Like you don't play when it comes to movement.
Gaining it back now. Like it's starting to like.
yeah, I feel like that's poop and water, friend. I think you're fine.
What do you say?
Hold on. But how do you know that's not muscle?
True.
Kat, stay off that damn
They still fit. Yeah.
Stay off that damn scale.
You know what? I'm gonna follow one of what James
Measurement.
Capolo posted something. He took a hammer to the scale.
Which one, Jay? Busted.
Yeah, he has like 12.
I see your lives.
He has literally like 12 scales. He has a travel scale.
Well, Jay, sir.
Also, I just figured out how to see the chat. I'm super excited. Hi, friends. I couldn't figure that out earlier.
Yay.
I'm ready. My dad helped invent the internet. And I can't figure it out.
So anyway, I did want to ask you that because I'm like, I know like a lot of people say that their appetite is just insane, and it hadn't been this insane in a couple of months. But good old Perry.
It's probably a combination because like also I am like I've always been, you know, like as I said, I tore my knee doing reformer Pilates. You know, I've always loved working, like had a love-hate relationship with it. And then obviously I had to take a lot of time off because the knee was like, I completely tore my MCL and I already have 2 screws. I already have 2 screws in my right knee from a skiing accident when I was trying to impress a boy. Hi, Julie. Yeah, I was a ski instructor when I was in high school, and I live in a college town, and so a lot of the ski instructors were college students. And there was a very cute boy, and he was skiing with me, and I was trying to show off because I also skied competitively, and the snow changed, and I went tumbling.
Well, didn't he save you?
Well, he couldn't really totally save me because I was like way far ahead of him because I was a way better skier than him.
He would take you up the hill, you know, and
he stayed with me. He was very sweet. He stayed with me.
Take you into his arms, and
he wrote like he
it does
went
like
down the hill while they were pulling me down in the sled. Unfortunately, they didn't tie me in quite tight enough, so my head was banging. That was fun. I was like, "You're also gonna give me a concussion," but that's fine.
That movie Just Friends. Have you seen that movie? Have you seen that movie Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little bit like that. Yep. I'm like, maybe they saw me on the mountain, you know, like I don't know. But but no, he was very sweet. He like stayed with me. He took like one of the medical gloves and like put it on his head and was like trying to blow it up. Like he was just trying to be very sweet. And it took a little while for the ambulance to come because it turned out that same night, one of my friends, now friends, at that point, I didn't really like him very much. But his dad passed away in a snowmobiling accident. So my ambulance went to his dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it can go to him. He's like that. I'm okay. But yeah, so like I have bad knees, so I always have to be a little bit careful. But I started doing this program called Surge 45, like 2 months ago, I guess now. And I am totally obsessed. I'm officially a surger. I'm getting a shirt. I haven't bought it yet, but
you're a badass is what you are.
Badass.
It's really fun.
Oh my God.
I love it. And I go to the 605 class and there are 2 cute guys in there. And I'm just like, just gonna, because oh, by the way, did I mention that I'm a single mom? You know,
I get it.
So what is this surge? I have to pop in and ask because I don't know.
Okay, so it's basically like 3 different like, I don't know, it's not totally like circuits, but like we do circuit training sometimes, but there are 3 different stations. So like and then you do 2 to 3 different workouts per station. And if you only do 2, then you do what is it, a minute of abs? 3 minutes total of abs per station if it's only 2 workouts. But so it's things like we have like the TDX ropes, and so we'll do that. We do a lot of like weights. Today, what did we do? We were in like a plank pose with the gliders, and we had to like glide our hands out. So my abs and my shoulders and my arms really hurt now. But we do rowers. Yeah, I mean, we do a little bit of everything. It's fun. Lots of squats. My booty is gonna be good. So many squats. Lots of them. Yes.
No Mounjaro, but no Zepbound, but for
What
you.
do you mean it's gonna be good? Your
I mean,
booty's
it's not terrible right now, but
because it's pretty good now.
I was gonna say, weren't you outside of the event talking to some people?
You check out her butt, John. Is that what you're saying on my show? That's what I heard. I quit while you're ahead.
Sleeves.
I am loyal to only you, Miss Page. Only you.
There are cameras everywhere now.
But you know, hey, I'm married, not dead.
I get it.
Okay.
Same.
You know, plus single moms need to know that they're beautiful and that people notice them.
All right, I'll take it.
Because there are no such thing as deaths or duffs, whatever the heck the term is. Because why you associated yourself with that, ma'am, I do not know. You are far from ugly.
Oh, John.
Far from it. So I do not know where that silliness came from, madam.
He's
I will
nice.
not hear it. I will get
He
on
already
you
made
every
fun of
time
your
I hear that.
generation. He made fun of your generation, but he wouldn't.
Right, I know. He like totally trashed my generation. That he's like,
He did. He
Because
did.
I mean, but your generation is one thing.
He did.
Personal self-esteem is another.
Okay.
You have to love yourself. You don't have to love the fact that you're a millennial. It's okay to want to be a
So
Gen
ridiculous.
And technically,
I
I'm
appreciate
a zennial.
millennials.
A zennial, apparently.
Me too. Because I'm 82, so I'm like
There you go.
an elder millennial / zennial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, it's okay to want to be a Gen Xer. It's okay.
Well,
we
no,
love
it's
you.
true because like I definitely
She's
identify
honorary,
more,
John. Okay.
But I definitely identify more with Gen X, and I think it's because my parents are so much older. Like my mom was 75 when she passed away. My dad is about to turn 85. My mom was Martha Stewart minus the jail time. So yeah.
Martha Stewart less interesting?
No, like yeah, maybe like
That's what she got.
Martha Stewart was interesting in her day.
yeah,
Well,
and
She got stories.
like
Yeah.
Kim says I'm like a boomer / silent generation because all the people I grew up with were
you know what?
born in like the 1930s.
Yeah.
Like most of them are
Yeah, you know, John. Yeah, you got a lot
tracks,
of boomer
right?
energy.
That's why I call him when he starts going off on these things. I go, "That's a nice story, Grandpa," because it's what it's like, you know. Yeah. Anyway, back to LV, John. Good God.
Yep, I'm going.
You know what? Whatever spices your pumpkin.
Spices your pumpkin. I'm still a little salty that I did not get them. I have some great, graphic tee that say some fun things.
We'll do it again.
I have one that says like
I didn't
the woman
either,
should be
Elvie.
on top.
I
I know. I was once I realized it, I was like, do I run? How much time do I have? Do I run? I feel like I run. I know where the shirt is.
I feel like we should make all these go viral. Like everybody that's here, whatever, 100 or everybody.
Come on, Janine, put yours out.
Figure it out.
Janine says
There we go.
70s. Yours says comfort. And Brina's just fine.
Sabrina's just having fun. Is that the rock behind you?
Yeah, that's right. That's what she needs. Carolina, algorithm, get me Carolina.
Where's
what I do
Carolina
when I'm
when we
looking
need
for
her?
Janine when she's late? I'm like, algorithm, give me Janine, and bam, like everybody goes and gets Janine, and she's
They do, and And but half the time I'm like trying to tell them, hey, come over to
I
YouTube.
gotta go. I go to the
And then
podcast.
the questions start coming. I'm like, oh,
But it's
okay.
fun. It's our thing. Proud boomer. See? Claim bears. Dee Dee. Well, I wanted to ask you, like, in terms of like being kind of insatiable, like with like, was that something? I know you talked about like struggling with weight, being really fit, like that's very similar to Kat, right? And I would say I was very active, but nothing like what Kat did with all the sport. Actually, I did a lot of sports. I really did. I was only average at everything. Like, do you know what I mean? I was a singer. That was the thing I excelled at. I eventually did flag line. That was something I excelled at, but that was it. Everything else was just average. And I remember saying to my mom one time, Mom, I'm not really athletic. I'm just average at everything. She goes, that means you're athletic. But I still had obesity. I was still the biggest and the tallest and all the things, the hungriest, like the one, but everybody else could eat McDonald's all the time and not gain a bunch of weight, but like me, not so much. Right. But I think I always had food noise. I just didn't know. Right. Yeah. That's what it was until it turned off. Right. Exactly. And that's something like with you, watching you on your journey. Like I always knew I wanted you to come on the show, but I wanted you to get to a certain point where it got turned off. Right. And I was like, okay, when she gets about halfway there, I'll know, like, for sure. Like, yeah. And I'm curious, like, did you feel that? Like, and is that something that you felt growing up? Because like, it's different for everybody, right? It's different for me. I have had a version on I've been on all of them, on all of the meds. Kat's not had a version on any of them. Like, so what's it like for you?
So I'm just now at the point where like I get full fast, right? Like I'm not like, oh, I don't want to eat. I still want to eat. But it's for me, it's more of like last night we went and had dinner with my dad, and I got a burger because I knew I needed some red meat because I was like definitely feeling like I hadn't had quite enough protein, knew I needed some iron, like all the things. So I was like, let's get a burger. I was also a little low on my calories. So I was like, this'll kick me up. And it did great things for the scale this morning. But I like ate half of it and I was like, okay, I'm full. And then my dad, who can't, like, he was on 2.5 or he was on 5 milligrams of Mounjaro and his blood sugar started like tanking.
Wow.
And so his doctor was like, okay, we can't go above 2.5. Like his A1C is a 7.9 now. Like it's great. And 2.5 is perfect for him. But like the man still looks like Santa. And well, not like up here, but like he's got the big belly. And he like just can eat and eat and eat. And I'm like, how? I don't understand. Like even like at 2.5, like I had a little bit of that, right? But like, no, nothing stops that man. So, it's fine. He's about to be turning 85. Like, let him do what he wants. But I'm like,
totally.
But as long as his like A1C is good, like that's all I care about. Like,
yeah.
But
like,
he was like, are you going to finish that? Or like, I'll eat it. I'm like, you just had 2 tacos. Like, what? Okay, go ahead. Do your thing.
Not a lot. I mean,
no, but they're big. These things are big tacos. Like, they're pretty big.
How big is the taco?
Yeah, but like,
I think tacos are good food. Side note.
Like, just let him live.
Side note. They're so nutritious. All right, I'm done. This is why I stay on mute, Kat. You fell asleep on the job. Shut me up.
But I just, I'm finally kind of like truly feeling it. And it was a battle. And before I like deleted all of my content, like I did talk about it a number of times in videos, like about how I just like kind of wanted that. Like I didn't want it to be like food made me nauseous or sick or anything like that. But like I did kind of like I did feel like I was maybe like chasing that feeling of suppression to a certain extent. And I like wasn't getting it. And now I am on 10, definitely getting it.
Good.
And so I feel like there have been so many moments, like last week, the week before, I think it was 2 weeks ago now. It was like 6 or 7 days of just like bouncing. And it wasn't the fact that I was bouncing, because I bounced this entire journey. Like when people are like, oh, like, and I'm like, I'm like, Jay and I do the same thing. We just don't record when we go up. We only record when we go down. Like, it's fine. I've seen this for years on my Fitness Pal, because my dad has paid for my Fitness Pal for me for years. And it's just this. And I'm tired of seeing that. I just want to see this. So that's what we're doing now. But, like, and it wasn't so much like the yo-yo.
It's like whatever works for you, right?
Right. And so this is my,
whatever works for this.
This just makes me happy. I only record when it goes down. But like there are certain times where it, you just see it go like that, because then when I log in again, it wasn't so much that I was yo-yoing a couple weeks ago. It was the fact that I was yo-yoing at that 229, 230, 231, like in that range. And that was like a trigger for me, because that is where I typically would stop and start to go back up. And there was like panic. Like I had to talk to friends that are either in maintenance or, like ahead of me, and like just kind of, and then like I made a video about it, and I was just like, and like a lot of people were like, no, you're fine. Like just like eat some pizza, like have a high calorie day. And I was like, I talk about this every day. You clearly don't know me. But, I like, no hate to, I'm so thankful that our community is so helpful, but I was like, not helping me right now, because this is just a trigger spot. But
wow,
it did go, because now I am 225 on the dot.
See,
I'm pretty excited about that. But it's for some of us, like if you're in the chat and or you're watching, like after, like you're watching this and you feel like you have to go up, like just know that some of us did have to go up. Some of us did have to go up faster. Like I did one box of 2.5. I did one box of 5. I did one box of 7.5. And then I hit 10. And now I'm about to start my 4th of 10. And 10 is like my sweet spot. And Corey called it for me. Like Corey has been so helpful, like in the background. You know what I mean? Like she would just like reach out to me and just be like, she like could sense when one of my videos was like, like I was fighting back. And I'm great at hiding it. Like I'm so good at hiding like the emotion typically, but like she always knew, and like she would DM me and just be like, do not listen, do not be upset. Like it just means you need a higher dose. And, because it is hard when you keep hearing over and over again, but you're losing weight. And I'm like, I understand that I'm losing weight, but I'm also eating in a calorie deficit. I'm eating a ton of protein. I'm drinking a ton of water. I'm going to the gym. I'm taking the dogs for like 2-mile walks. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing all the things. So of course, like some weight is coming off, but I need my brain to shut off, because it's really hard at night when you are, especially when you're single and you don't have someone to be like, come, like, let's talk. Like, let's do something to keep your mind off the fact that there is a kitchen full of food downstairs. I have no one stopping me from going downstairs, because I typically put my daughter to bed before me, right? So it's, we're here, and I'm excited to start my next, 10. Like I talked to Dr. Jensen about it this morning, and it was like I lost 8.6 in the last 30 days. So, wow, but I'm doing all the like I am working for it. And so every time people are like, oh, you're taking the easy way out, I'm like, come to a surge class with me. Let's see how you do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because today we were doing push-ups where we had to stop at the bottom and then come back up and then put one arm out and put the opposite leg out and pause and then do the opposite. Like, let's see how you do that. Tell me it's the
Listen,
easy way.
I just got my kettlebell, my resistance bands. I don't have it up here for that kind of thing. Easy way out. Right here.
Right? No, but you're still doing movement. Like, we're all still doing the things. And like, one of the things that I started saying early on when I started going live is like, we're all on the same road and we're all going to the same place, but we're all driving different cars. So some people are driving, supercars. They're driving the Maseratis, the Porsches, the whatever, my boss, Steve would be like, why can't you name anything better? Because he's got like 15 luxury cars. It's fine. But and then some of us are driving Broncos. We're going at like a normal pace, but we're putting in a lot of work. And then there are friends that, are driving jalopies or pedal bikes, like Tay always likes to say. She's like, I'm riding a pedal bike. And I'm like, it's fine. We're all going to get there. And the fact that we're all like cheering each other on, I think is just so amazing. So, but like, just keep that in mind. Like, you can't compare your journey to anyone else because it's all.
You really can't. It's
right?
very easy too. I mean, like even me, like I've been doing this 2 years and I've lost 103 and I hit roadblocks all the time. But most people that I started with lost 100 in the first year. Some are at 150, some are at 200, right? And I just hang out. Now, I know me. If I were to really hunker down and go back into diet cult, but it's not good for me up here, right? Diet, exercise. Like if I were to go like that, get my little outfit, do my little things, go to the gym, I know that will, that's my show, fuck me up. Like I know that it will. If this is where I stay, it's where I stay. Right. And if this is my win, it's my win. But there's so much like mental work I feel like that has to be done on this journey. You know what I mean? But I don't think people really realize it. Like in the beginning, it's all about the movement and the scale and the up and the down and the gym and the diet culture and then this and I need to eat less and I do. And you're so fucked up because that's the only way your brain's ever been able to think. Right. Yeah. And then something changes. Right. And it's usually around some sort of dose in the middle that people are like, oh shit. Right. Look, oh my God, I really was broken. Like it really wasn't working, Right? And then you have these like moments and you can see it like in people's faces. Probably that thing that Corey would see, right? Because she could relate with that. She could see, those moments because we've all had them. We just had them at different points in the journey, Yeah.
It is wild because like I remember being one of the like I would hear about it, and I knew my dad was on it, and my dad did lose initially, especially once he got on to 5 for that little bit of time before it like went before his blood sugar just started tanking, and we were like, we don't want you to pass out. He lost like 40 pounds, and he wasn't doing anything. So I was one of those people, unfortunately, that when I first started listening to all your lives and everything, I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose like 15 to 20 pounds in my first month. This is going to be great.
We all did.
And, quickly that reality. I mean, I did really well my first month. I lost 11, but I was still stuck in that diet culture of, have to eat now I'm still super protein focused and like my way of eating has changed a lot, but I'm not like, I need to count every little calorie. I'm living my life and I'm happy. And, if I want a burger, I'm going to go get a burger. And if it's going to have bacon on it, it's even better. Like, it's just, baby. But I only eat like half the burger right now. So
or I eat the burger and don't eat any of the fries and don't eat dessert and don't eat a shake and don't drink a sugar drink. Like, okay, fine. So the worst thing, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing like it's more about nutrition, right? Like and getting it in, right?
There were truffle fries yesterday. So I did eat some of those.
Although up until yesterday, I thought truffles were poop. I'm not going to lie.
Truffles were what?
I thought that was shit. I'm not going to, John, I were watching Shark Tank, and these because we watch reruns of Shark Tank, and they look like giant turds. I'm sorry, they just do. And truffles. And I thought they were poop. And I thought it was like some sort of weird ass delicacy because I know there's like poop coffee and us. And John and I were sitting there talking about it.
Love it.
Had this business of truffles where they like taught people how to cook with truffles.
Yeah.
And John goes, I go, that's nasty though. And he's like, what? And he goes, they're mushrooms. And I was like, no, man, they're like poop. It's like some weird kinds of poop. They hunt for the poop and it's like poop. And he goes, Kim, it's not poop. And I was like,
it's a mushroom.
They're very expensive mushrooms. And my godparents they just sold their farm in Italy, but my godmother's Italian. And their neighbors have like just a shit ton. See what I did there?
Good choice of words.
Yeah. Of truffles growing on their property. So like one year when my parents went to visit, they had literally no joke, probably $10,000 worth of truffles in one meal. So not poop. That's ridiculously expensive truffles or mushrooms, and typically are found by pigs.
But aren't they like? Okay, isn't it something that pigs eat and then they poop out, and that's the thing?
No, they're found in dirt.
Yeah,
Kim, I even showed you the freaking article for this.
That makes the
dirt.
Encyclopedia Britannica, babe. I showed you.
Okay, moving on. Squirrel.
Yeah. It's okay, but seriously, try truffles. They're so good. Yeah, but yeah, so when there are truffle fries involved, you have to eat a few of them. But like now I just totally live my life, and it's all kind of falling into place. Can't speak. So, I
I'm looking at the comment, Kim, they are not shit.
Yeah.
They
The
look
comments are like pretty
Stop
wild.
eating them.
Well, Carolina's here.
Danielle, that is so funny. Kim, they are not shit.
They are, Danielle. They are.
We need a shirt made.
They are not
Carolina.
shit.
Two different kinds of shirts. One, a truffle that says they are not shit, Kim. And two, what was the other one? Is that the rock behind you?
Is that the rock behind
And
you?
there's a picture of Sabrina's husband at the gym.
'Cause
Two new shirts. We were calling you. See, the algorithm brought us Carolina.
Yes. No, we need a shirt that has a big truffle mushroom on it. And it says,
They're not
Kim,
shit.
they are not shit.
I will wear that proudly.
I got to tell you, every year I've got something ridiculous like that I learn, and I'm like, no shit. Like, that's it. I thought that was proof.
Are we really saying
Love me through it.
What is
Love
a
me
second
through it.
poop-related shirt request from you? I mean, everybody
Babe, are we
poops
really going
from
to claim
Carolina.
this is a once-a-year thing?
What'd you say, John?
I said, are we really going to claim this is a once-a-year thing?
At least once a year, I learn something new like this.
Like 2 to 3 times a year.
It's not that often.
They're
Get out of here, Grandpa. It's a good story.
It is a good story. Yes, it is. Yeah.
But we're always learning. So you learn a very important lesson. So now you can eat truffles.
To me, it just makes me more endearing. I've decided.
Yeah, it does.
That's how I deal with the embarrassment of things like that.
But I'm also glad that you now know they're not shit. So maybe you'll try them.
I won't try them. But because they look like.
What's she saying? No, I won't try them.
Well, Elvie, real quick question since you know about truffles.
Yeah.
Can I cut them up and deep fry them? Like we used to go hunting for morels, and after we got a bucket full of them, we'd wash them off, and then Mama would roll them in crushed bread, and then fry them up in the pan, and they were delicious. Could we do that with truffles?
You probably could. You would probably have to find your own truffles though, because like one singular truffle is like $600 or $700 easy.
Dear God.
That would be a lot to fry up.
Be kind of oily.
So like typically they're like shaved really, really thin, or the oil, or like I know I get like it's like, I don't even know what it is. Like, it's like black mush, but it's truffle.
It's shit.
I put it, yeah. I put it
They're
on top
lying
of
to
like,
you.
I put it on top of like a baguette with like some brie.
A what?
Like some French bread and some brie cheese.
Yes.
And then,
Ooh, that sounds good.
yeah.
Okay, y'all talking about fancy stuff. I don't know
Now I
about
need
that.
a glass of Sauv Blanc to go with it.
Right. I am a bougie bitch, okay?
I'm
Like,
hearing
I'm on a
y'all are all
budget.
bougie, and I thought it was poop. That's what I heard. So
I am bougie sometimes.
I'm
Like,
bougie.
I heard someone talking about, like, I just want some fish with some red wine. And I was like,
That does not sound good.
Fish and white wine, but not red.
exactly. Thank you. I was like, what?
Ma'am, it may be a
Well, what
rosé.
I
What
was like,
kind of fish
maybe,
though?
yeah.
planet?
Like
Or like if
catfish,
it's like
bass?
a swordfish, maybe some red wine, like a swordfish, like, you know. So
I would say still with a rosé, maybe a Pinot Noir, a light, like a lighter red.
but still.
This is what happens when too many people with obesity and ADHD have a show.
Welcome to the ADHD podcast, where we talk about truffles.
The ADHD obesity podcast.
Right.
I love it.
I'm never gonna get invited back ever again. It's
Yes,
really
you will. Yes, you will.
like,
I love it.
only once I get the meds to where they're supposed to be, right?
No, it's like this is alive. This is perfect.
It's fine.
Unrelated to truffles, I just wanted to I just wanted to tell you, Elvie, that I'm incredibly proud of you and you inspire me, and I'm grateful that I met you, and I know that there's a lot of people in this community who adore you and who you've also inspired. So keep going, Mama. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Heck yeah.
And seriously, like, I've always been the girl behind the scenes. Like, I was a makeup artist and a hairdresser for 20 years. And like, you know, like some of y'all show these amazing pictures of your traits. I'm like, I don't really have any because I was really good at like hiding.
Yeah.
And
Someone took it.
I always was behind the scenes for everything.
Someone
So
took
like,
that's why they existed in me. Same thing. Someone, my mom.
What?
They read my pictures because my mom got them.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't take pictures of me.
Yeah. No,
Absolutely
see, my
not.
mom didn't.
Absolutely not.
I
would
got
always
my wedding photo,
Yeah.
and my ex-husband's kind of like the most horrible human on the face of the planet. So, you know, I don't really like looking at those photos, and then like I have some like drunken like 20. I mean, I guess I could post those from Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine.
Somebody
took it of you and tagged you in it somewhere. That's
right.
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 Yeah.
My mother.
But
thanks, Mom.
yeah, I still find it wild that like when, you know, like Danielle, like all these people are saying like that I inspire them and stuff like that. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's hard for my little brain to
understand. I would argue that pretty much everyone in this community feels that way. And I think it's for the exact same reason that you outlined. Like one of the things you said to me when I invited you on is you were like, but I'm like nobody. And I was like, no, you said I'm not special or I'm not unique or something. And I was like, that's kind of the point, right? It's that you're everybody. It's that you're everybody, right? Who struggles with this disease, right? And so people need to see people that look like them and sound like them and have experiences like them to relate with, to be able to do a lot of mental healing and things that are happening in this journey. And that's why the representation and the stories are so powerful and why we've been able to accomplish so much, right? So that's the whole idea, right? Is that we are everyone, we are the collective. And that's why we're so strong together as a community, this one voice, right? So you coming allows people to hear them and see them. And that is everything.
Right. I just always like when I'm like in the chat and everything and like listening, I'm always like, God, they have these like amazing stories and like they've overcome these like amazing things. And I'm like, I just had like a really mean mom and, you know, just like, I mean, like
argue that's the same story as Kat.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. It's hard, you know, especially when like they're little and oh, thanks, Monique. Yeah, I mean, I have been through it, and that's why like when we were all freaking out about like TikTok and like what was gonna happen and this and that, like I just kept thinking like, so I guess, you know, I can say this now because it's really my ex-husband is a criminal and a like child abuse like molester. And I didn't know. And when I found out, I left him. And so he has no contact with my daughter. And, you know, I was like living a horror movie. He's a sociopath. Everything he told me was a lie. And I survived that. I survived that. I've survived raising my daughter on my own. I, you know, have survived the death of my mom. I've survived losing everything, you know. And so I'm like, that's why I also say now too, like I take it from what's her name? Why can I never think of her name when I need it? She's amazing. Anyway, she says we can do hard things. Glennon Doyle. We can do hard things. And it's true. Like we can all do hard things, right? And so many of us have done these super hard things in our life. And now we are taking control of our lives with the help of these medications. And, you know, that's like the hardest thing of all, right? So like the people that say we're taking the easy way out, we're not. We're doing the hardest thing of all because we accepted that we needed help and we asked for help. And that's the hardest thing to do for anyone is to ask for help. And we did it. We all did it. So they can.
And that's true LTB too. Like I think that like a lot of times, you know, when you think about being in relationships or friendships or whatever, where you're like baffled, right? Like because I think everybody's had that. Everybody's had that at some level where they have had a relationship like that, right? And it's for whatever reasons, you know, but we do all survive it in our own little way. So, you know, it's not anything to feel, you know, I think you're everybody, you know, and thanks for coming on and talking with us and sharing that and being so vulnerable and so kind. And we love it. And thanks for everything that you do, being a creator. We'll make sure we have Elvie's TikTok linked and her. Are we doing things on Twitter still? I can't remember.
I mean, you know, I haven't been on there in a while because Elmo's really
so
kind of
TikTok
jacked it up.
Yeah.
I have TikTok and Instagram, but my Instagram, like, I'm so bad at it. There's so many things I have to remember, and I can't.
It'll get better with the medicine, I hear. Let's see how that goes.
Supposedly. Let's see.
We'll work on it together.
She claims that this will. I don't know that I believe her, but we'll find out.
Well, after this, what we would like to do is have on JT to show us Delta Barbie. And then we want to talk about GLPT in the news. And we would love you and hang out with us and talk some trash.
I love talking trash.
Me too.
Yeah. That's that. Plus, I want to see this Barbie.
Yeah, I want to see the Barbie too. Hello. Did you get both? Barbie. I want the brown one as well because she's especially special. All right, now we have to go back to the thing, huh?
Oh, okay.
Where's the Barbie at? Where's the Barbie at?
I want the Barbie.
Need the Barbie.
The Barbie.
Just the intro. That's right.
JT, you're on mute.
Yeah, JT, get off the mute. Jeez.
Sorry, I'm like looking at the comments and I'm sitting here cold. I had to go get a blankie.
Nah.
I'm over here with a menopause fan.
So JT, I think you're trying to deflect.
No.
She needs a hoodie.
No.
She needs a comfort hoodie.
Okay, here it is. Don't laugh, okay?
Make her big. Make her.
We gotta make JT.
Yeah, hold on.
Make JT big. Hold on, Ellie. You gotta move you. All right, show us.
Okay. Oh, I'm big. All right. Here she is. I've never opened her or anything.
Oh, I love
She's
it.
special.
Oh,
she's a Delta Barbie fighter and she's
so cute.
And
oh my god.
And over here, is the stand and some shoes. She has on black pumps, which is part of our
Yes,
uniform,
ma'am.
and our rollerboard. And these were the old uniforms. We're getting new uniforms again next year.
Oh hell.
We just got new ones.
Yeah.
So the other one, I think I have. No, I'm pretty sure I do have her. I just have to find her. That was in the uniform before this one.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
and it's a little backpack. Like
Oh, that's too cute.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
Yeah.
I
this
know a few
so
women would fight
cool.
you for that.
huh?
I know a few women who would fight you for that.
I'm
Are
dog.
you
sure
serious?
a lot of women that would fight her over that.
Yeah.
Delta
That's
Barbie. And
adorable.
I never named her or anything.
Oh. She
Oh
needs
my
a name.
goodness. She needs a name.
Call her
You think
JT.
she needs a name?
Literally, I named my
I mean, she
car.
literally is JT. Like,
Yeah,
love
but this is her, and I keep her zipped up. And I guess she's a collector's item now. I'm not
Oh,
sure,
hands down.
Oh,
but
I'd Google
Hands
that.
down.
That could be retirement. Never know. People are weird.
Yep.
Oh,
People are
gosh.
real weird with that stuff. No,
Yeah.
seriously, it could be retirement right there.
Mhm.
well,
Like a little mix
that,
of Delta, a
and
little bit
then
of Delta Barbie.
whenever you fly Delta at the trading cards, these like sell for like $500 a piece. Like
That's
people
crazy.
Oh yeah, you were
flip
talking
for
about
these
this.
trading cards.
Wow.
And usually the pilots have them, so that's a little travel hack, especially for the kids. They love getting the trading cards, and on the back it has what aircraft it is, the manufacturer. In this case, it's Boeing. The speed, the range, the engine, the wingspan, all of that, and
Wow.
Ooh.
people go crazy over these. So if you fly Delta, you can ask the captain or the co-captain for trading cards. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I need
And
to put on Delta soon. I need trading cards.
That's
so
cool.
Delta Barbie, and then this is the other Barbie. I just wanted to show you all really quickly. I got this at a dollar store, but it's Virgo Barbie.
Oh,
Yes.
I love it.
That is so fun.
And on
Virgo
the back,
Barbie.
it has the zodiacs and everything. Is that not the stinking
That
cutest?
That is cute.
It really is.
I'm
And it even like
obsessed.
describes Virgo and and like
That's
all
hilarious.
of that. So I
have all
did
the Barbies.
find that, and I'll find the other Delta Barbie, but here she is.
Well, we
I
got
sometimes
one.
try to keep her behind me or something.
I love
you
it.
do.
There we
That's
go.
so cool.
I love
it. Background.
Yeah.
Yay!
Burr.
You have completed
It's
your task.
I
Get a
did.
comfort hoodie.
I
I've
found
been
her.
listening to her for months. I'm like, I'm gonna need
I
to
know.
see it.
I know. And I was just like, oh gosh.
Like,
If I
where
don't
is
find
that
this
Kim?
Barbie, I
don't
think
know.
that Kim and John will roll up to my house.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about it. John was like, "You better tell JT." You're gonna
I
need to
don't
bring down the
forget.
Barbie."
I don't. If it's important, I don't forget it.
Remember, I told you he's grandpa.
Proof,
Yes, Grandpa.
proof of life.
There she is.
Here,
Proof of life.
here she is.
Obsessed.
So
and
cute.
yeah,
Make a
and
video
it has
about
the
it.
little Delta luggage tag and everything
I
on
love it.
So
So
cute.
cute.
it. It is. Thank you. So
Thank you
Here
for
we go.
sharing Delta Barbie with us, JT. Now, will you share
Are you
the
ready for
GLPT, please?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Let's do it. Time for tea.
Now we tea time.
I absolutely love that. Absolutely love it.
love it too.
Love it.
I know. So
It's so cute.
I think that's adorable. But JT, that picture? Your face looks so different from that picture. Did you see the difference in your face shape?
yeah,
There's such a huge difference in your face shape.
Is
that was
it?
before her journey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That picture.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I thank you. Certain pictures I do like notice a definite change. I was talking to Kim and I'm like, even like when you look at yourself or when you look at people from like that were posting or had pictures from last year, they still look different from last year.
Yeah.
And it's like, and many of them have been on the medication for a minute,
Oh, I
but
look
they
different.
but they look even more different. And but we know that even with looking different, we know the health benefits of this drug class continue to unveil, right? Well, I think we have to bring up what I know people have been coming into my lives and asking is about semaglutide, Ozempic, and eye vision potentially losing sight.
Yeah.
So I went to medical news today. And, the new study finds an association between semaglutide and a rare eye condition that's mainly in people with type 2 diabetes, because we already have a higher propensity for, bleeding behind the eye and for eye health. That's why if you have type 2 diabetes, you have to go to your optometrist, ophthalmologist. I always get them confused, the ophthalmologist, to get eye exams, because my mom had bleeding behind her eye. Now she doesn't, because if your A1C is out of control, it will wreak havoc on your eyes as well as other body parts. So, and that's with obesity. Also, one of my beloved sorority sisters said, when people say, well, I don't want to try it because of the side effects. Do you know what she said? And I'm going to start saying it. She said, obesity is a walking side effect. So what side effect would you rather have? And who's to say that you would have a side effect? But either way, it's saying identified a potential link between the diabetes and weight loss drugs, semaglutide, and a rare eye disease that causes blindness. The condition called non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy, and I hope I pronounced that correctly, affects around 2.3 people per 100,000. Now here's the clincher. The new study finds that people with diabetes who were prescribed semaglutide, which is marketed as Ozempic and Wegovy, among other names, were more than 4 times more likely to develop NAION compared with people with diabetes on other medications. So it seemed like this study was mainly focused on people with type 2 diabetes. So
interesting.
So it's very interesting. But, of course, you just hear on the news, oh, semaglutide, Ozempic, Wegovy causes eyesight, where it's just like trying to tell people when they're like, oh, well, we were following the clinical studies, which is good, but they used a very controlled group. And for the first indication, it was for type 2 diabetes, like before Zep came out. So it's like you're following the guidelines of something that you may not be placed in that group. But I think we were just trying to find our way, of how do we manage these medications? How do we do our side effects? What should we do in terms of dosing? All of that. But that's what medical news today has said, and it often occurs when waking from sleep. So not necessarily always, when you're up. It often occurs with waking from sleep. There's this quote: this vision loss can range from mild to severe. The condition can progress quickly, with most of the vision loss within days if you have it. But it mostly affects middle-aged or older white people. Generally, it only affects one eye at a time. However, for around 43% of people, their other eye becomes affected within the following 3 years. So it was actually a very interesting article, which I guess the headline brought you in.
Well,
but
sure.
It's like, right.
Yeah.
But we find ourselves on lives continually, trying to defend, right? It's just like, no. So that is what the study showed. I think that they did a really great job of breaking it down, Medical News Today. So I'm going to have to subscribe to them because they're actually really good. So, and the tea
It's
will not.
interesting because, like, I still feel like they're saying, you know, it's kind of like with the gastroparesis, right? With that affecting like less than 1%, and that most of the people that it affects are people that have type 2 diabetes and people who, so it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's the same kind of like situation where it's like, just like you said, like it depends on what it actually is you're treating. Like, what are you at more risk for? And quality of life and all of those things matter a lot, you know?
Yeah. And
what can I do?
So, no, so this is actually on topic. I want everybody to be proud of me.
What am I going to do?
Okay.
So the eye condition that is being referred to, sweetie, in that thing, that's what caused me to lose vision in my left eye. It's the identical thing where the
I was actually
nerve,
wondering, I didn't want to like bust it out on the live to say
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
the exact same thing. Yeah, I lost vision in so the way that it
no
in my
vision.
eye thing is I lost vision on the lower half of my retina, but because of how our eyes work, it's actually the upper half.
But this was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 7 years ago, but I would have been considered obese then.
You were obese then. Yeah.
Yeah, but I found
obese.
like I looked it up after JT said what it was. It's like, well, what is that? Because I've never heard, and I've been going to eye doctors my entire life. I have horrible vision. My glasses are like an inch thick. So I went to look at it. I was like, my God, that's what happened to me. That's the exact thing that I had. But they blamed it on my blood pressure.
Yeah.
Not on
Which
anything else.
also had to do with the obesity.
Well, I stopped taking my blood pressure medicine. So.
Wow.
Yay.
So there's a lot of other factors. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he stopped taking it then, JT, and then like he wasn't being good about refilling stuff, and then he woke up one morning and he couldn't see in the top half of his eye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he still can't. It's gone. It's completely.
Yeah, completely gone. It's just a very gray and black spot on the picture because they do a retina picture every time I go in to see if it gets worse or not.
Right. Oh my gosh. I had no idea until actually hear someone that has experienced this.
Yeah,
Puts it more into context, at least for me, because we
it
can read all the
too.
articles all day.
It hurt.
Yeah, it hurt. When it first happened, I actually had I remember it, I had a twinge in my eye, and I just started rubbing it all the time. And then eventually I noticed that it was like my vision was off. Like I didn't see anything at all. And then it was hurting a little bit again. So I called up my eye doctor and I was like, hey, I've lost vision in my left eye and it hurts. And like they had me rush directly to them because those are also symptoms of retinal detachment. So they rushed me there. They did the picture of my eye. Like I had two people helping to hold my eye open because I just could not naturally keep it open because of how it was bothering me. And they took the picture of it and they showed it to me. And the vein that's normally, so compressed and small, it had swollen up, and you could even tell like it was almost like a burst in the picture. And then he was like, you're not going to be able to see out of this eye at least. You're not going to be able to see out of a portion of your eye at least for the next 3 to 6 months while it heals. And he was like, you may regain some vision. He said, but you will never regain full vision in that eye. You will always be, for lack of a better word, partially blind.
Yeah, I mean, it's like devastating. I mean, but like his brain learned over time kind of how to see around it and function and all that, right? So he still has use of the eye. But yeah, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, anytime you see medical information like this, it's just like, okay, but that's why it's best to read the entire article and maybe not
exactly, because John was not on the medicine, right? Like this happened to John. John was not on the medicine. He also was not middle-aged. He's pretty white, but he was, and when it happened, like sorry, baby.
Yes, I think I was what 30. 34, 35, I think, when it happened.
Wow. You know.
Did you guys?
Rennie was a baby. Like
Yeah, Rennie was, because that's the year I went to see the Celtic Women Christmas special.
Yes.
At the Atlanta Symphony Hall.
You.
Have you guys heard anything about this with dehydration and the blood pressure you mentioned, but anything about dehydration that's involved with this or no?
Not that I've heard, but based off of the stress that dehydration can cause, and the fact that dehydration, in a sense, can cause your blood pressure to raise and other vital signs to go up, I could see a extreme case of dehydration possibly leading to it, because you could end up with the same basic thing happening. It's basically what it is the blood vessel bursts in the vein in the back of your eye.
Yeah, that's. Oh, and JT, you mentioned about eye exams, right? With people who have diabetes. I didn't know that I needed a special eye exam. I was just going to the doctor, and I didn't know that I needed a very specific eye exam.
Correct.
So for people who have diabetes, make sure you're getting that special eye exam. Correct.
And also for anyone in the community that, has the disease of obesity, you may not have diabetes, but it's good to go to the eye doctor, because when you tell them that you're on a GLP-1, he initially started asking me more questions. Okay, so what are your side effects? Because everything is connected. And so make sure that you're open and honest, even with your eye doctor. It's super important. Super duper.
Yeah. My eye doctor is a friend of mine. And her daughter and Sloane are actually going to camp this week together. But she, shortly after I started, she was like, we're going to need to check your eyes a little more often. And I was like, Abs, you love me. Okay. I'll listen to you, do whatever. And so but that was also why I had to get the new glass, because she was like, are you having a little trouble reading? Thank you. I did fine, right? But I was like, maybe just a little. And she was like, yeah, we're going to have to go up again a little bit. But they're just for reading still, because I had PRK in my 20s. And so I had my eye lasered, scraped and lasered.
I want to get it lasered, but I took, a leap into the black hole by getting contact lenses. I was scared to death. Yeah. But now I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pop them out.
I had to stop wearing my contacts for 4 months, because there was something with my eye from wearing the contacts for years. And I was also wearing them as a teenager and not, sleeping in them when I shouldn't, and all the things. So I did not wear them for a while before I could get the surgery. But 2 Valium and a little thing that keeps your eye open, and it's good to go.
God, I'm such a although I really do hate wearing glasses. I despise it. I've only been wearing them for 2 years, and I'm like, oh, it makes me rethink everything.
Kim, go see if you're a candidate for it. I mean, just because not everyone is, right? I mean,
I do have the viral face cream video. Maybe it will pay. No, John needs surgery first. But actually, there's no surgery on him because of his eye thing, because it could cause more issues, which sucks.
Well, they asked me. They were like, "Do you want 1 Valium or 2?" And I was like, "Who says what?
I'll have 3."
She's like, "Give me 2." And then
3 is my lucky number. We all know.
I know. I should have been like, "What are the chances I can get 3?" But I was cool as a cucumber. The doctor came in and was like, "I'm Dr. Arfa. I'm going to be doing your surgery. Okay, bye." And I was like, I would have been like, no, I have a question. I need to talk to you. But I was like, okay, bye. See you soon.
Toodles.
I was just thinking a little bit of tea. You know that Yahoo that I stitched on the backup account? That was like, Tirzepatide is on the market. Blah, blah,
the Tirzepatide, yes.
Yeah,
so after I posted that, and I boosted that because TikTok tried to slow it down, I'm like, I want more people to see that this fucker, my show, I can say what I want. Sorry, Daddy. And that this guy is full of crap, and this drug is not on the market, and it's still in studies, right? Like, and I boosted it for no other purpose than just be like, somebody needs this information, right?
Mhm.
And I did that, and then Elvie sent me this article. Tell us what the article said.
So this was really fun. And it was from like, what was it, 2022, I think, maybe. So it was a little bit old. But the because like someone was like, what pharmacy do you like? I'm a digger. I'm good at finding little. So I start going through all the comments because I was like, who is this douchebag? And someone was like, where, like, what
You're a
pharmacy do you
detective.
use? Yeah, I seriously, I can do background checks if you ever need one. Yeah. But so Sabrina, you're
If I
fine,
ever
right?
hire
Or
anybody.
that way.
But yeah,
But
we might need your services.
I got you. But so like, so someone way down in the comments was like, "What pharmacy do you use?" And he like said it, so I was like, and a few articles down, that pharmacy had to stop, like handing out any of their medication to doctors and whoever because they weren't sanitizing. They
Yeah.
weren't sanitary. And like, what?
What?
And he's like all proud saying, I'm like, I'm sure that they have taken care of things. It looked like that they had like acquired some other company, and I'm sure that they like fixed everything. But the FDA was saying to like warning doctors, like, don't use this pharmacy because it's not, things
They
are not
nasty.
right in
Because they
Whoville.
nasty.
They nasty.
They nasty.
Gross.
And I'm thinking,
They nasty.
oh, so you're getting your Retatrutide.
Which nobody has. Like,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, these
Yeah.
people are fucking lying. Like, sorry, something happened with our Instagram feed. These people are lying. They do not have Retatrutide. They are giving you Semaglutide and pretending like it's Tirzepatide, or if you're lucky, Tirzepatide.
Yeah.
I was
If
gonna
you're
say,
lucky, they may not be giving you anything. It's a
but you
lie.
should just be thankful, even if they're giving you Sema, like, because
Right.
they're most likely
That
just giving you
part.
salts.
Probably.
That part.
Yeah. Like,
That
they're
part.
they're lying. And then people are losing weight and they're like, oh, it's because no, you're not. No, you're not. Like, it's like, stop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they're like, it's on the market. It literally isn't even available. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
it's
got
not,
into it with a
blows my
woman
mind.
recently that was similar to that guy, or that guy. Not good at
Yeah.
this yet. And she was like, I'm like, oh, we get it. And I was like, that's not even like
Yeah.
FDA approved yet. And she's like, oh, well, it's about to be. And pharmacies
When-
are getting
I
it.
talked
And
to
I
her.
was like,
Yeah.
no,
It's-
they're not even through with trials yet.
No.
So it's not literally about to be FDA approved,
Right.
ma'am.
Isn't it
Like,
Dave
they
said
still have to
2027.
submit it.
Yeah, Dave
Yeah.
said 2027.
2026 is when it's set to finish, which means bare minimum 2027.
2027.
Yeah. So 2027 at bare minimum. And how long did it take us? Like, we saw when we were waiting for them to approve, right? Mounjaro, right? When we were waiting for them to get that approved for obesity, they got it right at the they submitted it early in the year. They got it at the very, very end of December and launched it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was that fast launched. They knew it was coming, right?
Oh, it's right to be on the corner.
No, it's not even close. These people, they're not giving you that. They're charging you tons of money, and they're giving you, if you're lucky, Semaglutide or Tirzepatide. If you're double lucky, like, they're not. They're just taking advantage of you. And that guy, when I told him, I was like, hey, Peptide Pete, we're going to say his name because I already blasted him. Listen, new rule. Listen, I use my platform for good and not evil. If I see somebody taking advantage of somebody and hurting them or being cruel and perpetuating this nasty shit that we have in the society with fat bias and cruelty, I will put you on every platform I've got. So really, really think about that before you choose to comment on my video. I also do it on my friends' videos now. It's a new thing. Just AJ, when people were messing with him, I was like, hallelujah. AJ, you're on all the platforms right now. Okay? Like, everywhere. Not just TikTok. Everywhere.
I need to give you the name of that peptide practitioner or whatever her name was.
Wait, if it's the one that I already blasted.
She did. She blasted him.
Did she blast the chick? She's like a brunette.
No, this one.
She's like, she did the I'm looking for a man in finance, and she's like, and like Meditatide, and I was like, no, you can't.
What?
It's
Yeah,
so
she used that. So
I'll
I
do
was
it
like,
while we're
don't
on this
me.
live. I can't stand it. Like, you know, I just can't. It drives me crazy. These people
So
just
frustrating.
being taken advantage of, and and we're trying to combat that, right? I get frustrated on the podcast. Like for the first year, y'all, I kept most of my shit together, right? It really wasn't, y'all. It really wasn't until Weight Watchers bot sequence that I had to significantly flip my shit. Before that, I was like, grace, education, all the things, and now I fuck people up because it's awful. Like
Vinegar.
But I love the way you do it though, because you're just like, come on. Like that's how I am. That's how I've always dealt with troll. Like I don't get a ton of trolls on TikTok, but on Twitter, I mean, I have been called a bug-eyed bitch. I've been called all the things. I mean, in that person's defense, they weren't totally off because I had ridiculously large eyelashes, like fake lashes on them. So like they did kind of have a point, like a little bit. But and Scott Baio fans are vicious. But like I prefer the way you do it. Like okay, so let's have a little conversation.
Well, sometimes I'm a punk about it. Like I was a punk about the peptide Pete one. Like I was like, what's your name
but he
again?
Deserved it.
Pete. Peptide Pete. My mom taught me that. That was a gift from my mother. Like, you know.
He deserved it though.
He did deserve it. And then he goes, he had the nerve to go. He goes in my comments. He goes, thank you for promoting my business. And I went, anytime, Pete. I was like,
I need to go back to that video.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. Ugh. Sickening. It was sickening.
Anyway,
but talking about like peptides and talking about retatrutide. So we know 2027 because they've had some snags in the clinical trials. And this is the last bit of tea that I have. And I didn't know if I should share it or not. But then I said no. Because it's as we further into the year and into this drug class, it's going to be more about, it's always been about accessibility. It's always been about accessibility. And that's one of the reasons, that's always been hopefully one of my GLP-1 platforms is accessibility. We saw it coming last year. We saw it where this is very reminiscent of in the spring, in the summer, insurance companies start changing the goalpost of how to get these medications covered by insurance. So let me just say that before I say what I'm about to say. So I think, and again, Eli Lilly has too much invested in these injection pens. And according to my source, they're not changing anytime soon. Not right now. They don't have the manufacturing capacity to do it, unfortunately. And Dr. Michael Albert agrees with me. And you know how we love him.
We do.
We love him because he was the one that said it's going to be named Zepbound. He said it. And we were like, no. I was like, dang, he was right again. Here's the thing. So here is what I was sent via someone in the medical industry. Now, you all know I used to date a surgeon here in Atlanta. So like whenever I need medical stuff, I just text him. Here's what he said. And August 1st is coming up. Please check your formularies. Okay? Please check your formularies. Here's what he said. Got some news. I'm like, So for those that want maintenance dosing, and I guess this went out to all doctors, all physicians, assistants, or nurse practitioners, or the doctors that oversee them. So he said, I know you're in maintenance, but the quote unquote maintenance dose, I can't use that verbiage anymore for PAs.
Whoa.
I can't use that verbiage anymore to even call in a different strength, a different dosage of the medication. Remember, people, it's always been about access. They will try to deflect and have it be about, no, it's always been about accessibility, and it's being stripped daily.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's what else he said, and I'm just going to read it. You have to say that you are, quote unquote, actively managing your type 2 diabetes mellitus, T2DM. So, with whatever dose you're on. Here's the thing. So, let's just say, for example, you're on 15, right? That you're on Big Daddy. If you're on Big Daddy, and let's just say that, for example, Big Daddy might be too strong for you, after a while.
Right.
Any dose. And you want to move down in dose. Christy in the community talked about this. She requested to go down in dose. Her insurance company is now requiring a new PA to justify her going down in dosage. Yes. So this is already starting to happen in the community. Christy made a video about it. And we said, what? So it said, if you go down in dose, they want evidence of why. Why do you need to go
like
down?
in a Tupperware and send it to them? Like, I don't get it. Like, what evidence? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So
it's too much for me. I puke everywhere. Hello.
So, i.e., any markers of hypoglycemia.
Yeah.
Hypoglycemia, where it goes low, not high.
Yeah.
So like my
They
dad.
want to see it going
Yeah,
low.
John and I both have hypoglycemia.
Episodes or labs that can show liver or kidney abnormalities. Here's the second part of what he said. So AI is trying to pick up, of course, certain things.
Yeah.
Here's where you want to clutch your pearls. He said, I get it. He said maintenance dosing may be not just one dose. Even Dr. Rentia even said it may be multiple doses. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
Right? Right. Okay. Pin that. Insurance companies believe that people are just picking a dose and just calling it maintenance. Like they're forming their own maintenance without without stating medical necessary justification. I think he meant to say medically necessary justification.
Yeah.
You can always move up, or you can stay on the dose that you're on, but you can't move down without documentation, and many are going to start requiring new PA.
That is so.
And they have already started. They've already started with some plans. But here's where it gets good. And it's not good in the good way, but this is where you clutch your pearls. So if, i.e., if you're, let's just say, we're going to use Big Daddy, and you want to go down to 12.5 because it's too big of a dose, right? The insurance company will say that 15 is a failed dosage for you.
So then you can never be on 15 again, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You can't
be truffles.
Truffles. You can't be on 15 again. They'll then so basically they're trying to turn it around. They'll deny the refill, and then they'll want a new PA submitted. If a patient doesn't have labs to justify any step down in dose, then it's considered a failed therapy.
Oh my God. That's what they're trying to do. That's the end goal. It's a failed therapy. You've got to move on.
It's a failed therapy.
Just
also,
like a step therapy. They're making it fail. They don't have to pay for it anymore.
That part.
Mark Cuban now. For God's
I know,
sake.
right? Mark Cuban.
Oh.
And he said he got, so here's part 2. He got notification. Now, doctors always get audited. Always, right?
Yeah,
always.
Yeah.
The insurance companies are now stepping up audits for nurse practitioners and physicians assistants.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
They're looking for fraud.
Yeah.
With GLP-1 prescriptions. They're looking for lack of proof.
Yes.
Where it comes in, where they're saying T2DM.
Yeah.
So if a prescription and the chart info don't match, or if proof can't be provided when asked for, they're now going to sue for fraud, demand repayment from the clinician and the patient.
Stop.
Also, supervising physicians who
There is
supervise.
no way they can do that and scale that shit. That is ridiculous.
They said he said,
yeah,
supervising physicians who supervise the NPs or PAs also get sanctioned, and all of their licenses are in jeopardy.
Oh my
So
God.
now remember what Optum RX did this last year. They had all hands on deck and they were revoking PAs like crazy.
Yeah.
And you had to go back and reprove, which this just seems like they're just kicking the can down the road in terms of this. So his take is, of course, think of how many industries are affected by people being on GLP-1s. It's not just the food industry. Think about the manufacturers that produce Farxiga, that produce blood pressure medication because of the side effects of obesity, because of the side effects of metabolic dysfunctions, period. So he's like, think about those industries. And he was like, it would completely crumble the healthcare system as we know it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he prescribes GLP-1s. He's a proponent, but he said, this is what they're doing. Now they're saying it's not that you can't get it, but they're really going to take you through any more hoops. He said, so of course, we are ready for any inspection, but they're looking for fraud.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, and yeah, but it shouldn't just be for GLP-1s. People need help.
There's no way they can scale and sell this to these many people. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Look. Well, it might be ridiculous.
Another scare tactic, though. Like, that's the thing. It's like it's another scare tactic. It's another way to.
I don't think it's a scare tactic, Kim, because they've already started.
But I'm saying it's the same thing, JT, like what we saw when they were like the doctors, when they were like, doctors, I'm sorry, you can't prescribe these off label anymore. Do you remember that? And they were like, it's that. It's
they sure did. They sure did.
So it's another way to start doing this. Like, but in terms of like, I'm sorry, there's no way that they can handle suing everybody out there or digging in and auditing and suing and going after them. The amount of money that would take for them to do that just to get back their $5,000 or $500 or whatever it is from them getting their medications, which we know that's really what they're making, right? That's why they have that 500 thing on cap. That's why the coupon exists, all that straight trash. This is all PBM bullshit. Like, that's what it comes down to. It does. And there's no way. The thing is most people, like for our insurance, you can't just say you have to have type 2 diabetes. You have to show.
Well, you have to show it. Right.
Tons of stuff. Like for us, it's difficult because our doctor didn't give a shit and didn't do our A1C, right? So we have to go back and dig in records and do all this other different stuff, do new blood work, old blood work, and piece together and all the different stuff. Like that's the thing is all insurance companies, we have learned like they're all different. But there's no way. If they can't even handle PA, just think about it. Like if they can't even handle PA requests right? Like to the point where they do now, like we're no more PAs, right? All the things that they've done to try to like just basically, I'm going to say it, cock block us every time we turn around, right? Every time we turn around, they can't. There's no way. This is just another word.
He said,
look.
He said, she's back. He said that on his desk were 126 PA denials.
Well, now that doesn't shock me. Big one, right? That's normal.
Yeah, but
not at all.
But appeals also. And I actually met someone that works in insurance appeals.
Oh, that's cool.
And look, well, I mean, it's her.
Oh,
so,
darn.
you know, but look, so,
water check, y'all.
Yeah, look, it's her.
You said I'm
Look, hey, so I, again, we just always want to be prepared, and we know that this is the time of year that they start cranking it up.
Yeah,
they start cranking all this up, and it's like you would think they would get a new playbook. You would think they would get a new playbook by now because we've kind of figured it out. Oh, and I have one other thing, but I can't remember.
There's one more thing I gotta tell you. Well, we're about 2 hours. That's good. That's good tea. Listen, I gotta tell you this right now. All this to JT's point of what she's talking about. We're always going to see shit like this. And it's just like she said, it's going to be like the second half. It's going to be the beginning of the quarter. Like we're always going to see shit like this.
Yes.
Here's my point. When you worry about when you're going to get your medication, if you're going to get your medication, will I be able to take my medicine forever? Do I want to take my medicine forever? Don't. Because that is completely out of your control. Whether you have a diagnosis now, like, I mean, I know 2 of my friends right here, every year they are, well, JT every 3 year, but like Brina every year, she's got a recert basically, right? That's what my not recertify. I don't know what we're calling it, but do her PA again and again to continually prove that she has a disease that is recognized, that is nothing that she can do about it, right? That it needs to be treated, that there's no cure for. We only have today. We do. So that's why I just worry about the box that you're on, the day that you're on. That, like, I know that sounds crazy because I for sure felt that way, right? But I have faith that there will be more options, and I will do everything I can with the podcast, the plus sides, to create relationships where I feel good about what it is they're providing in terms of safety and quality, right? Yeah. That they're taking care of you, right? I will do everything that I can. I'm nobody, but I know what questions to ask and I know what to look for a lot of it, right? Because we do talk with so many experts and they teach us these things, So I'll continue to do that, but just like legitimately, that's what I'll try to do and that's all we can do. But it's very easy when you're without your medicine, the one thing, right, that's made you better because you've been a sick person that needs medicine, to panic and to obsess about it. It's very easy. We've all done it,
And that's why I was torn, but I don't want anyone to be caught off guard because what happened last year is we were caught off guard.
Do you remember the doctors were like, screw that. That is true. Like,
they were like getting letters threatening
more and
them.
More insurances are putting aside doctor recommendations, are putting aside and being the doctor for the patient, and they have no business.
Yeah, and and they're putting caps. Insurance companies. And PBMs. It was a study which we already know that was done, was pretty much saying that PBMs are bankrupting the healthcare system.
Yes.
PBMs are bankrupting the U.S. healthcare system. And everyone's like, and this is just allowed to go on? Like, it like has to, well, it's obviously deeper. But I can appreciate him sending me that. And he was like,
absolutely.
And he is a proponent of the community. He was like, I don't want anyone to be caught off guard. Anybody to be caught off guard with this. And I, appreciated that. And I was just like, well, this sucks. Because the last time we were on live, Kat was like, Janine, and I'm like, well, dang. And I'm just the bearer of good news. So,
yeah. No, I mean, it makes a lot of sense though. Like there'll just be one, there'll be one or another. Just like last time we were talking, Blue Cross made that big old swipe that's affecting half of insured people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always going to be something. What's going to change? The only thing that's going to change is our voice and legislation. And unfortunately, that's going to take years.
Yeah, it's going to take years.
But we got to keep doing the work that we're doing here. We got to keep showing up. We got to do reviews.
Loud.
We got to do comments. We got to share. We got to engage. That is a voice, and it is fucking powerful. Like, look at what we've been able to accomplish so far. So we have to stay together.
Yep. And I am just grateful that there are telehealths that prescribe and treat patients, because God forbid, what would we do without compound?
I don't know.
Honestly, like, what would we do without compound?
I mean, we would be sick and continue to progressively get sick.
I thought to myself, I was like, I'm just going to go back to the med spa, and I'm just going to get back on phentermine, because that would be like if I didn't have access.
Right.
I didn't do jack shiggity, but it was something.
I get it. Yeah. But you can only be on that for so long. Like, that's the thing. At least this treatment is meant to treat a chronic disease, right?
Right. Yeah. True.
It's the only one. I mean, all of the other ones are meant to be temporary because they're just treating the symptom. They're not treating the disease.
Exactly.
Right. And
berberine.
A girl.
It's just come out the wind.
Look, berberine and that's pretty much it. So I thought that was enough, because when
that's a lot of tea. That's like tea with some like rum,
with some lemon juice and some Jack Daniels and honey, and you can make a nice little hot toddy.
The Ozempic dupe, where you had like the protein shake, and oh my gosh.
Really quick, how we were just talking about compound. For those of you who are listening, if you do decide to go the compound route, please get it from a 503A or 503B pharmacy. It is very, very important to not get it from a med spa or Groupon or the mall.
No.
Get it from a reputable pharmacy.
And do not get Retatrutide anywhere. They're lying to you and taking advantage of you.
Yes, they are.
Don't do it. So there are lots of really solid telehealths out there. A few of them, choose to advertise, with the podcast. And so you'll know that that's what we feel good with. Right. But we're not professionals. We're just doing what we think makes sense. Right.
Yeah.
But we're trying to do the best we can, We need GLP-1 meetup in DC in September when Novo has to go before the Senate committee. Oh
my gosh.
I have some friends
that actually a pretty good idea.
I don't hate that idea.
Plus sides of
I don't
it.
hate it.
Plus sides of it. So deemed.
The bear has spoken, so shall it be written, so shall it be done. And if you can tell me the movie that is from, you will get points.
Technically, it's from The King and I. But I think you meant it from a different movie.
No, The King and I, but there's another movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Kat should know this.
So it be written, so it shall.
So shall
it be written, so shall it be done.
Chat, does anyone in the chat?
The 10 Commandments.
All I said was the Golden Child.
Someone got it.
No,
all right,
it's
been a lovely episode, but I am
tired. And I need to go spice my pumpkin.
Thank you for coming on, Elvie, and hanging out with us. Thank you, ladies, for your contribution.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I froze. Like, you all were frozen, and I was like moving. I was like, "What is happening?"
You said all the things.
You're fine.
Listen, selfishly, I got all the good stuff. Yeah.
Nope.
You're like, "We're good.
We're good. We're fine." You did such a good job. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
It was fun.
Yeah,
I know. Everybody loves it. It's fun because it's the show. It's so fun.
So funny.
I'm glad you came.
All
right.
Ready for footage?
Oh, we do. We forgot
footage. Let's do it.
So we don't
do it.
Let's
Let's freaking do it. I'm gonna start with Friday.
Footage.
Hey.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you
tomorrow. Engage with all the things. Share it out.
Okay.
Don't forget to leave the review, you guys.
Yes, review.
Oh, yes.
On the apples.
Oh, real fast too. What also will help with iTunes, like the Apple Podcasts is if y'all like, and I did this with the plus sides, download the last 10 episodes onto your phone. That apparently really, really helps with the way they change the algorithm. So y'all, if you subscribe like I do, make sure you download the last 10 episodes because that'll really help them as well.
Please.
Do 11. Do 11 just in case.
Thanks, Elvie.
Thank you, Elvie.
Thanks, friends.
Bye, friends. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Friends.